Your support means the world to us. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe, so we can stay connected. Every single one of you matters to us deeply. Drop a comment letting us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to hear. I'm Ethan Carter, and once upon a time, I truly believed my marriage was unbreakable. That certainty crumbled in the most unexpected way, sparked by something so small it could have easily gone unnoticed. A missing tan line where a wedding ring should have been. It all began when Clara, my wife of 15 years, returned from what was supposed to be a bonding trip with her sister in Italy. She walked through the door radiant, her skin bronzed by the sun, hair tousled by the sea breeze, our children clinging to her in excitement. Everything seemed perfect at first glance. But when I hugged her, something felt off. Her smile looked practiced, her eyes carried a glow that wasn't joy. It was the kind of shine that hides secrets. I told myself I was imagining things, but a quiet unease settled deep inside me. That night, after we tucked the kids into bed, Clara pulled me into our room with a playful spark that reminded me of our early days together. She slipped on a bikini, joking that she'd brought the beach home with her. I laughed, kissed her, and for a moment the distance of her trip faded. But when the strap of her bikini slipped off her shoulder, I noticed it. Her sun-kissed skin was perfectly even. No pale strip where her wedding ring should have been. Not even the faintest outline. I didn't say a word, choosing instead to hold on to the illusion. But as I lay awake staring at the ceiling, that detail gnawed at me. Clara had never once removed her ring. She always said it was a part of her heart. What had changed? In the days that followed, more cracks appeared. She clutched her phone tightly whenever I was nearby, laughing at messages she never shared. While folding laundry, she whispered to herself, "I feel so free now," her eyes drifting far away. I overheard hushed talks with her sister Leah about another weekend trip. The secrecy chilled me. Needing answers, I did something I never thought I would. I installed a tracker on our shared computer. That's how I uncovered a hidden email account, under the alias Luna94, secured with our daughter's birth year. What I found there left me breathless. Hundreds of exchanges between Clara and a man named Adrian Voss, a travel writer she had met in Italy. The messages began with playful banter, but soon grew intimate, sharing dreams, confessing feelings, and planning future meetings. She called him my heart. They fantasized about building a life together. Worse, Leah was tangled in it too, seeing Adrian's friend Leo. Their trip had been nothing more than a cover for an affair. I felt like I was drowning. Still, I didn't confront Clara immediately. Instead, I decided she should feel the weight of her own betrayal. I confided in Leah's husband, Owen, my brother-in-law. Over coffee, I told him straight, "I think our wives have betrayed us." He laughed at first, assuming it was a joke, but the look on my face silenced him. When I showed him the emails, his hands trembled. "You have proof?" he whispered. I nodded. That night, I sat staring at our wedding photo on the nightstand, Clara smiling with love in her eyes. I remembered our vows, our daughter's first steps, our milestones. Then I looked at Clara sleeping peacefully, as if nothing was broken. That's when Owen and I decided, no fights, no shouting. We would plan carefully, and let them walk straight into their own downfall. We created a false itinerary for their next so-called wellness retreat, booking real hotel rooms we controlled. We hired a private investigator, Lucas Gray, to set up hidden cameras and track every movement. The final piece was Clara and Leah's father, George. Years ago, he'd lost everything when their mother cheated. He agreed to help us, his silence heavy with old pain, his eyes burning with the need for truth. By Friday, everything was set. Clara and Leah were radiant, suitcases packed, excitement glowing on their faces. They kissed the kids goodbye like loving mothers heading for a short escape. Clara hugged me and whispered, "You've always trusted me, Ethan. That's why I love you." I smiled and kissed her cheek. "Enjoy your weekend," I said. The moment they cleared airport security, I called Owen. "They're in the air," he said. "Good. I'm at the hotel. Cameras are ready." The next day, Owen, George, and I flew to Boston, posing as attendees at a business seminar. Lucas met us in a private suite, showing live camera feeds. Room 508, Clara with Adrian. Room 510, Leah with Leo. They laughed, touched, drank cocktails, Two women acting like carefree lovers without a hint of guilt. George watched silently, then left the room. Where's he going? Owen asked. To reflect, I said quietly. Or maybe to grieve. That night, Lucas handed us USB drives loaded with evidence. Photos, chat logs, recordings. One image burned into me. Clara removing her wedding ring and leaving it on the nightstand. George returned later, his expression unreadable. Tomorrow, he said. We finish this. The next day, while Clara and Leia enjoyed lunch with their lovers, George bought stuffed toys from the hotel shop, each tagged with a child's name. They weren't gifts. They were weapons meant to pierce their guilt. And then George revealed his last move. He had brought the children. My daughters caused this, he said. Let them face its cost. At 1:30 p.m., Lucas texted. They're back. It's time. We stood outside room 508. I turned to Emma. Whatever happens, stay strong. She nodded. I knocked. Room service. No reply. I swiped the key card. The door opened. Chaos followed. Clara leapt from the bed, clutching a sheet. Adrian froze shirtless. Emma's voice cracked like thunder. Mom? What's happening? Clara's eyes went wide, meeting mine. I held steady. George stepped forward, phone recording. A process server handed Clara an envelope. You've been served. Ethan, wait. This isn't what it looks like, she stammered. I cut her off. You threw away 15 years for a man who doesn't even know your favorite song. Adrian tried stepping forward, but George's glare stopped him cold. You destroyed your family, George said. This is my concern. I gave Clara one last look. I hope the glow was worth it. Then I walked out. We left that room like pallbearers at a funeral, Clara's cries echoing behind us. Emma squeezed my hand. Is Mommy coming home? I knelt. She made her choices, sweetheart. Now we make ours. Down the hall, Owen faced room 510. His little boy Liam clutched a stuffed rabbit and a handmade card. We're surprising Mommy, right? He whispered. Owen's jaw was tight. He knocked. Leia opened the door, wrapped in a towel, hair damp. Liam, what are you? But Liam rushed in laughing. Surprise! His laughter died when he saw Leo on the bed. Silence fell like shattered glass. Leia's face crumbled. Owen, I can explain. Get dressed. Owen barked at Leo. You have 10 seconds. Leia tried to block him. Please, not in front of Liam. Owen's voice was ice. You didn't care who saw when you whispered his name. George entered then, his words sharp. My grandson's first memory of a hotel will be his mother's betrayal. That's your legacy. Well done. A process server handed Leia an envelope. You've been served. Back in our suite, the children played, blissfully unaware of the wreckage around them. George stared out the window at the Boston skyline. I failed them, he murmured. No, I said softly. They failed you. But George shook his head. Tears falling for the first time in his life. Their mother taught them that loyalty is temporary. That love is a transaction. I tried to fix it, but some scars run too deep. That was when I knew this was just the beginning.